Namaskar, Jai Shri Krishna. Appreciating text 11, text 12 and text 13, 14 of chapter 7, the son of Drona punished of first canto creation of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 11. Hare guna kshipta matir bhagvana Badarayana adhya ganamah dakyanam nityam Vishnu jana priyah. Srila Shukdev Goswami, son of Srila Vyasadev, was not only transcendentally powerful, he was also very dear to the devotees of the Lord. Thus he underwent the study of this great narration Srimad Bhagavatam. According to Brahma Vaivarta Puran, Srila Shukdev Goswami was a liberated soul even within the womb of his mother. Srila Vyasadev knew that the child after his birth would not stay at home. Therefore, Sri Vyasadev impressed upon him the synopsis of the Bhagavatam so that the child could be made attached to the transcendental activities of the Lord. After his birth, the child was still more educated in the subject of the Bhagavatam by recitation of the actual poems. The idea is that generally the liberated souls are attached to the feature of impersonal Brahma with a monistic view of becoming one with the Supreme Whole. But by the association of pure devotees like Vyasadev, even the liberated soul becomes attracted to the transcendental qualities of the Lord. By the mercy of Shri Narad, Srila Vyasadev was able to narrate the great epic of Srimad Bhagavatam, and by the mercy of Vyasadev, Srila Shukdev Goswami was able to grasp the import. The transcendental qualities of the Lord are so attractive that Srila Shukdev Goswami became detached from being completely absorbed in impersonal Brahma and positively took up the personal activity of the Lord. Practically, he was thrown from the impersonal conception of the Absolute, thinking within himself that he had simply wasted so much time in devoting himself to the impersonal feature of the Supreme, or in other words, he realized more transcendental bliss with the personal feature than the impersonal. And from that time, not only did he himself become very dear to the Vishnu Janas or the devotees of the Lord, but also the Vishnu Janas became very dear to him. The devotees of the Lord who do not wish to kill the individuality of the living entities and who desire to become personal servitors of the Lord do not very much like the impersonalists, and similarly the impersonalists who desire to become one with the Supreme are unable to evaluate the devotees of the Lord. Thus, from time immemorial, these two transcendental pilgrims have sometimes been competitors. In other words, each of them likes to keep separate from the other because of the ultimate personal and impersonal realizations. Therefore, it appears that Srila Shukdev Goswami also had no liking for the devotees. But since he himself became a saturated devotee, he desired always the transcendental association of the Vishnu Janas, and the Vishnu Janas also liked his association since he became a personal Bhagavata. Thus, both the son and the father were completely cognizant of transcendental knowledge in Brahma, and afterwards both of them became absorbed in the personal features of the Supreme Lord. The question as to how Shukdev Goswami was attracted by the narration of the Bhagavatam is thus completely answered by this shlok. Text 12. Parikshito atha rajar shera janma karma vilapanam samastham cha panduputranam vakshaye Krishna kathodayam. Suta Goswami thus addressed the rishis headed by Shaunak. Now I shall begin the transcendental narration of the Lord Shri Krishna and topics of the birth, activities and deliverance of King Parikshit, the sage amongst kings, as well as topics of the renunciation of the worldly order by the sons of Pandu. Lord Krishna is so kind to the fallen souls that he personally incarnated himself amongst the different kinds of living entities and takes part with them in daily activities. Any historical fact, old or new, which has a connection with the activities of the Lord is to be understood as a transcendental narration of the Lord. Without Krishna, all the supplementary literatures like the Puranas and Mahabharata are simply stories or historical facts. But with Krishna, they become transcendental. And when we hear of them, we at once become transcendentally related with the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam is also a Puran, but the special significance of this Puran is that the activities of the Lord are central and not just supplementary historical facts. Srimad Bhagavatam is thus recommended by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the spotless Puran. There is a class of less intelligent devotees of the Bhagavad Puran who desire to relish at once the activities of the Lord narrated in the 10th canto without first understanding the primary cantos. They are under the false impression that the other cantos are not concerned with Krishna, and thus more foolishly than intelligently they take to the reading of the 10th canto. These readers are specifically told herein that the other cantos of the Bhagavatam are as important as the 10th canto. No one should try to go into the matter of the 10th canto without having thoroughly understood the purport of the 9 other cantos. Krishna and his pure devotees, like the Pandavas, are on the same plane. Krishna is not without his devotees of all the rasas, and the pure devotees, like the Pandavas, are not without Krishna. The devotees and the Lord are interlinked, and they cannot be separated. Therefore, talks about them are all Krishna Katha or topics of the Lord. Text 13-14. Yada mrudhe kaurava srunja yanam vireshavatho viragatim gateshu vrukodara viddha gada bhimarsha bhaganoru dande dhritarashtra putre bharatuha priyam drauni riti sma pashayana krishna sutanam swapatam shiramsi upaharada vipriyameva tasya jugupsitam karma vigarahayanti. When the respective warriors of both camps, namely the Kauravas and the Pandavas, were killed on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and the dead warriors obtained their deserved destinations, and when the son of Dhritarashtra fell down lamenting, his spine broken, being beaten by the club of Bhimsen, the son of Dronacharya Ashwathama beheaded the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi and delivered them as a prize to his master, foolishly thinking that he would be pleased. Duryodhan, however, disapproved of the heinous act, and he was not pleased in the least. Transcendental topics of the activities of Lord Shri Krishna in the Srimad Bhagavatam begin from the end of the battle at Kurukshetra, where the Lord himself spoke about himself in the Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, both the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam are transcendental topics of Lord Krishna. The Gita is Krishna Katha, or topics of Krishna, because it is spoken by the Lord, and the Bhagavatam is also Krishna Katha because it is spoken about the Lord. Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted everyone to be informed of both Krishna Kathas by his order. Lord Krishna Chaitanya is Krishna himself in the garb of a devotee of Krishna, and therefore the versions of both Lord Krishna and Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are identical. Lord Chaitanya desired that all who are born in India seriously understand such Krishna Kathas, and then after full realization preach the transcendental message to everyone in all parts of the world. That will bring about the desired peace and prosperity of the stricken world. Hare Krishna.